Yet again, I'm going to show you another recipe using those ripe bananas that you have laying around on your countertop that no one wants to eat. So instead of your average ordinary banana bread, try these banana fritters. We're going to take these bananas, we're going to lightly coat them in a sweetened batter, lightly fry them, and then give them a delicious icing on the top. It's going to be in the form of like donut holes. You ready? We're going to start by making the wet batter. So in a medium bowl, we're going to add 2 eggs. Now it's always good to bring your eggs to room temperature. It makes for a fluffier batter. We're going to add 2/3 cup of milk. 1 tablespoon of melted butter. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to whisk this together. Make sure it's well combined. All right, we're going to set aside our wet ingredients and we're going to start on the dry ingredients. You're just going to need a large bowl. We're going to add 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. I'm just going to go into the flour with my scoop, shake it off until I get to the edge. We're not going to pack the flour down, so I'm using a 1/2 cup measuring tool. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Got to get these nice and fluffy. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. What is it with cinnamon and bananas, right? Always go together. We're just going to blend this together. You can smell that cinnamon in there. All right, we're going to go ahead now, take our wet ingredients, add it to the flour. We're going to mix this together. I love this tool right here. Let me know if you like this tool. It's a great mixer. Okay, now what we're going to do is finish this by adding our bananas. I've got 4 medium, very ripe bananas. Now you want some texture to these fritters, so we're not going to mash these into the batter. So I'm going to take all the skin off. I'm going to link a playlist down below in the description box of all of my banana recipes that I have done. That way you can go through, and if you have more ripe bananas, there's other recipes that you can use. I even have your standard banana bread. I make it like with flour and everything, and then I have another recipe for it using cake mix for an easy, fast banana bread recipe. So go check those out also after this video here. So if you're using very large bananas, you would use 3 for this recipe. And if you're using small to medium, I would definitely go to the 4. All right, we're going to keep these pretty chunky. So I'm just going to slice them lengthwise. And then we'll just dice them up. You want some banana texture to these fritters. Kind of like, you do apple fritters. You give them some texture. Now, once we get these all chopped up, we're going to add them to the batter. We're just going to fold these in until they're nicely coated. Yep, don't overmix, don't overstir. We're going to start frying these up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, y'all check out my 3 cookbooks. I will link them down below in the description box, or you can find the links to these in my recipe blog at katherinesplates.com, where you can find today's recipe. All right, what we're going to do now is start frying up our fritters. We want to get our oil nice and hot. Now, I'm just using a very deep skillet. It's about 4 inches, but we're only going to fill it about 2 inches of the way up with oil and then start heating that up. You can use a Dutch oven or you can use a large pot if you want to do that. I'm using Crisco all vegetable shortening. I'll just add that and then melt it down. You can use Crisco oil, you can use canola oil, whatever you fry with. We're going to put this on a medium-high heat so that the oil doesn't get any hotter than that, which is about 350 degrees. Now, while the oil is getting hot, you want to go ahead and have some things ready. I'm using just a large sheet pan. I've covered it with some foil. That way it'll keep it clean and we can just, there's no cleanup involved. Now, I've placed a wire rack on it, like a cooling rack. That way when we can put the fritters on it, they can drain. So you'll want that. And then you just want something to be able to get them out with. So I've just got a little sieve here. And then we have a cookie scoop. This is a 1-inch, it's the small one, so I'm just going to kind of pile it up over the edge of it, and I'll show you that here in just a second. All right, we're going to bring that back over. Now you can test your oil by just taking a wooden spoon and taking the back end of it. Just touch it to the bottom of the pan after your oil is really hot. If it starts sizzling, that's a good indicator that your oil is hot enough. Now you can see the sizzle right there on the top of the oil. That's what you're looking for. Now, a second method, just take a little dollop of your batter, place it in. When it starts sizzling, that's a good indicator also. So we're going to start dropping in our banana fritter batter. All right, I've got my 1-inch scoop. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to overflow it. And then just go into the oil very carefully, just spoon it out. And then you can start rotating them. These are going to cook really fast. Want them nice and golden brown. Just keep an eye on them and keep rotating them. Should take about 3 minutes total. Those look so good. All right, I'm going to take my sieve and pull them out. Shake off the excess. We're going to drop them onto our rack. All right, we're going to add more fritter batter. Oh, it smells like banana in here. Now, once you get them all in, you can just start rotating them. Now we're going to let these drain and cool down completely. Almost 2 dozen banana fritters. Right, once these cool down, we're going to make an icing for them and dunk them into that icing. It's going to be really delicious. To make the icing, I got a small bowl. We're going to place 2 cups of powdered sugar in it. We're going to add 1/3 cup milk. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That might have been a little more, but that's fine. And then a little shake of cinnamon. I'm going to whisk this all together until it's nice and smooth. All right, it just depends on how thick you want it. Now I want it light, that way I can just dunk them in here and place them back on the pan. You just pick one up, dunk it in about halfway, swirl it, place it back on the pan. That way it can drain off into your foil lined pan. You can drizzle the icing over it. There's several different ways you can do the technique. I'm going to give one a try for you. Woo! Oh, these are pillowy. I bet they're creamy on the inside with those bananas. Oh, what? That batter, it's very light, very fluffy. That is very delicious. I love those bananas in there. Look how light that batter is. You can't beat that. Oh. Give me a thumbs up on this one, you guys. What do you think? Don't forget to check out my other banana recipes down below in the description box. I'm going to put those in a playlist for you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. I've got about 900 and something videos out there. Y'all can play around in the playlist. Check them all out if y'all want. You'll also see recipes like this here. I will see y'all on the next episode.